Welcome back to the Hopeless Fan Podcast. Let's clap it up for Scotty. Married. He's back on the pod. Scotty, what's married life like just a couple weeks in for you?
Well, besides looking for the divorce attorneys, it's been going pretty well.
Be an annulment at this point, but sure.
Yeah, I made that joke. Everyone laughed a lot harder than you guys did. So.
Yeah, you're in a different crowd this
Did you
time.
tell that Divorced Dads Anonymous?
I am familiar on the threats.
I still like the Scotty. It was what you sent in one time to the group chat. It was just cartoon comedian. He's like, I fucking hate my wife, and everyone's dying laughing.
What happened? What happened?
You sent in like a cartoon, like it was a tweet, but there was no words to it. It was just like a comedian that like barely had a face.
Oh yeah.
And he was just up there at the mic. He's like, I hate my wife, and the entire crowd was just losing it.
Oh yeah.
But okay, usual rundown. We'll have Nathan for Boardwalk. Nathan's hosting tonight. Titans Packers coming on in about an hour and a half. Start with Stan. And guys, I would like to start because it's ahead of Boardwalk, so you might have a chance to maybe change a pick or two if need be. Here it is. So, was having Chinese food and had a fortune cookie. And when I read this fortune cookie, it said, life is never more fun than when you're the underdog competing against the Giants. Detroit is +3 this week against the Giants.
That's it?
Yeah.
At home?
On the road.
And they're only +3?
+3.
And the Giants' record is what?
Does not matter what the record is.
Lions are streaking.
Life is never more fun than when you're the underdog.
That's a rat line.
Against the Giants.
For the Giants, it's a rat line.
Who said this?
Competing against This was on a fortune cookie I opened.
Yeah, he's got it. He's holding it right now. It's proof. Yep.
I don't see
the
it,
pudding.
so it's not proof.
I know.
Okay, well, maybe Detroit +3 makes your card after that. Just kind of hard to ignore when you open that up.
Exactly.
Zach, what about you?
I'm good. No, this is Stan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My stand is the Thanksgiving break. 3 days.
Kind of like you're in high school again.
I know, right? It's fucking awesome. We've said that
Basically,
before.
it is.
I didn't want to rehash that too much, but just have the 3 days off. Unfortunately, Jenna has them off as well, but
Oh, that sucks.
Unfortunately,
I have all the yeah. Well, I have all that's because the new co-stand with this is the new Shelby for those listening. Shelby just showed a picture of him in that Obama poster style that says hope. But the new Warzone game is out. I'm sure if you follow sports, then you've seen all of those tired Kyler Murray memes. He's injured. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. Also, that was funny for about 2 days.
Okay, Zach. Zach. Remember that the next time you fucking post a "Let's Ride" meme. Please remember that.
Well, those are funny. Those will never.
Are you
not be
sure? Because every time there's a fucking wreck or a car in a fucking like flooding tragedy, by the way, just making fun of someone's tragedy. Like, oh, Russell Wilson says, "Let's ride the ride," and it's a car getting exploded by a fucking like gas station.
Yeah, those
Tragedy.
are pretty funny. Yeah, those are funny. Not as tragic as the Broncos season has been. So, yeah, the new. I'm going to spend a lot of this time playing the new Warzone game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There's my stand. Scotty, what is your stand?
You're my stand, bud.
Oh God, this ought to be good.
No, at the end of last show, you said the last Hopeless Fan podcast. You said, "Can't wait for next week, where the real star of the show kind of returns. We're just holding down the fort."
Right.
That made me tear up a little bit because I am the star
I missed
of the
you,
show.
bud.
I need the limelight.
I missed you.
Now that my wedding's over, I don't have enough center of attention around me, and this is all I got now. So.
Scotty, the best part of your wedding was when everybody was like, "Scotty, get in the middle of the dance circle, do your dance."
Yeah, that was bad.
I love your dance.
They all chanted my name though. That was pretty.
Yeah, that felt good.
I did too, but that's like a point where you're like, you can't not get up and dance because you're just like,
Yeah, well,
how does this?
They're all
how
fucking
can I
New
make
Yorkers
this?
and obnoxious and won't stop. So
That particular side of your family, the ones from the Northeast.
Oh my God! What's her name?
Maggie?
Oh my God. Maggie.
Yeah, that side of your family is fun, especially when they get some drinks in them. They're fun to watch.
They have a drink in them every time. Like, I think I've seen my family of that side drunk more than I've seen them sober.
I think that's they're probably have something in them chemically at all times.
Careful.
Yeah, careful.
I was just like, let's start bunks, but I was just thinking of a bunk where, like, I may never see Scotty's brothers ever again. When would you see him?
Funeral.
Yours?
Yeah, my funeral.
I might kill Scotty then, because I love hanging out with
I know, right? I know, they're so cool.
Yeah.
And now, like, we're probably never going to see them again.
Now we have to go to New York for something.
Go to Brooklyn.
Okay.
Brooklyn's great.
Catch a Nets game.
Nets Nuggets. We could walk to my brother's places from Barclays Center.
Barclays Center.
that'd be cool.
I've always wanted to go. A10 championship is always at Barclays Center.
Oh my God, I'd rather fucking count grass.
Can I start with my bunk? Because it also pertains to Zach. It's actually hanging out with Zach too much.
Jesus. What?
So I have a story to tell you. Justin was telling me a story about someone who they used to always call her Pinkerton. Because it was like, are you familiar with the book Pinkerton, about like this pig who always like had to be first for everything and get their way, and like always had to be first for everything.
Oh no, it's bad that you've already called him kind of a pig.
No, it's about a pig. No, right, okay. No, I'm not calling Zach a pig. No, Jocelyn, my wife, says that she's like, and then at the end, Pinkerton learns it's like it's not always good to be first. And I was like, what? I was like, why? Is he like first in line for like a fucking concentration camp or some shit? Like, it's just like these dark jokes. And Justin's just like, wow, you really have been hanging around or talking to Zach too much. Every time I hang out with Zach too much, I get a little bit more loose and gain more freedom in my humor.
Look, I know she doesn't like me, but I don't like hearing from you that she doesn't like me.
That's not true. She loves you, Zach.
Okay. This coming from the Absolute Fucking Liar podcast. All right.
I'll go. My bunk, so got assigned a story last Friday or so, but didn't have time for it, so I saved it for this week. And it was about a goalie for the Cyclones. He went to Army, West Point. And while he was in school, there was a new policy enacted where service academy athletes, they can go professional in a sport and delay their service time. Usually after graduation, you have to give your 5 years to the service. And so that gave him the opportunity to go play hockey. So he's in the middle of his hockey career now, and I talked to him on Monday, write the story on Tuesday, and then Wednesday when I'm turning it in, I realized like I only have photos of him from Army. So I asked the Cyclones, I'm like, can I have a photo? He's like, sure, I'll get it to you in the morning. By the way, he was traded about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, man.
So that was just dumb luck.
Do you think if we go to war with Russia, he's going to get called out of the minor league hockey?
He might. He's 6'4", 220.
Oh, no.
So,
yeah.
Frightening.
He's a goalie.
All the people that look like me worried about getting drafted. It's like, you're probably fine. It's people like this guy.
Zach bringing out his knee brace when the draft starts.
Yeah, I played women's high school volleyball, so I got my leftover knee brace.
And then my other bunk is Zach being off of NFL betting.
Oh my God! It's all just pile on here.
Yeah, we'll get it out of the way. But
come on,
so
Pinkerton.
Zach
like that
said
nickname.
he's done betting the NFL for a while, which sucks because I like sweating out bets with him because he sweats enough as is. Sorry, but. It makes it worse because last week in the NFL...
Is this what it feels like to be Nathan?
Last week...
Because I don't like it.
Last week in the NFL, he was down $29. And that's what made him...
It wasn't... It's not about the money.
Okay, so what's it about?
It was about that demoralizing feeling of, like, having all those bets that were gonna win.
Right.
We were worried that the Vikings weren't gonna cover, was it plus 17 and a half or something like that?
19 and a half.
19 and a half.
But here's the thing, Zach. You said, I'm just not seeing the board, right?
I can't see the board.
You're 37-26 in Boardwalk.
Yeah, but that hasn't net me any.
Just bet Boardwalk.
So bet your Boardwalk pick.
The second as well as I do, the second I do that,
don't.
I'll be 1-13 in no time.
Off of 7 bets. You'll be 1-13.
Also, Boardwalk, it's just like, if you just bet your Boardwalk picks, it's just such a slow grind. Just at the end, I'd rather bet so much and be up or down or fluctuate it more weekly than just be like, okay, we're 11 weeks into the NFL betting season and I only have 3 units to show for it.
So you'd be up 3 units?
Yeah.
And you're saying that's a bad thing compared to where you're at
Yeah,
now?
I wouldn't be having as much fun.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. You're
It's the
saying,
same reason that people people who are rich when they bet. It's they have to bet so much to feel
I'm
something.
not saying just bet your Boardwalk picks, but I mean, put them in the rotation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you've been killing it.
Yeah, but when I say, here's the problem is when money comes into it, that automatically switches my thinking.
No.
It changes up my thinking.
But you give
I
your
can't
picks
control
on
that.
Thursday on this pod,
Yeah.
so bet it. Your picks are already your picks by the time you're going to bet them. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did we figure
It's just-
out? Did we figure out the all the crossfires from a couple weeks?
Yes,
ago?
Nathan will give a crossfire update.
Oh, let's
Betting
go.
my crossfires has gotten me into a lot of trouble.
You could just do that, Zach. If we have a crossfire, just bet whatever Nathan didn't.
Yeah. Nathan is terrible at crossfire.
Just at crossfires.
It's funny. We'll
What's-
get
what's
to
the-
it.
yeah, we'll talk
get
to
to
the-
it.
yeah,
Boardwalk. All right. Did you do your bunk yet?
Yeah.
All right, Scotty, bunk.
Mine was hanging
He
out.
did
with
his
Zach too
bunk.
much.
We're on to stardom setting.
Okay, gotcha. Stardom. I'll start. My stardom
start? Oh.
is Swiftie fans. So you probably saw Taylor Swift tickets went on sale this week.
Yeah.
I almost thought about trying to buy some just to sell them.
For the investment.
It's
I got free time.
Crazy?
I'm gonna fucking
No, it's
I'm gonna
not.
fucking ruin a fucking white mom's life.
Yeah, it's-
just because I have free time and they don't because they had kids like an idiot.
Right? Is that crazy though? 'Cause
No.
you could.
That's
probably-
not as crazy as all the crypto bros that have lost all of their parents' money.
Nathan. How has FTX shutting down affected you?
Not at all.
Of course not.
Because his guy told him not to get into crypto. It's act like Nathan's a financial genius. No, it's just his H&R Block or whatever the fuck he is. What company does he work
Nathan
for?
it's just like he's paying for betting picks and
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not bad. But yeah, Swiftie fans. So it's getting worse because Ticketmaster just shut down. People were in line for hours on hours trying to get tickets, and now Ticketmaster has fired back. Like the thing you do when you're fighting with your significant other, where even though you're in the wrong, you attack them for
Yeah.
no reason to
Yeah.
kind of build into the trenches a little bit.
Right.
You're not going to give up that easy. Ticketmaster comes back and says it's Taylor Swift's fault because she hasn't been on tour in a while, and so there was a high demand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, what a clapback.
I know.
It's because they've set
Kinda
up.
makes sense.
It's because they've set up a system that allows people with sophisticated software programs
Here comes
to
Zach being
scoop
sexist
all the
again.
scoop all the tickets up quickly. I mean, do you? Never mind. It's fine.
No, come on. Let's go.
It's just it's like those auction snipers on eBay and stuff. They have these programs that run it for them where they don't have to lift a finger. They can automatically scoop up all the tickets at MSRP and then resell them for massive amounts of
You know
So
what,
what I
Zach?
was
That
trying to
just
do
moved
just
me.
with
I'm
the
betting
brain.
Lazard first touchdown right now.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. I saw his fucking picture.
Oh. Okay.
That's
a good
why.
one. Okay. Your stardom, Zach.
Yeah. This was so funny. So, did you see you're in the news and stuff. You earned maybe
Some
not so
would
much.
say.
Maybe not so much with Dayton. So, my stardom is free college. And here's the reason why. So I'm sitting at home. Jenna took a PTO day today. So as soon as I got home from school, instead of going straight to the Xbox, which is what I normally do, I sat down on the couch. We're watching TV, hanging out. She's finally watching Better Call Saul. She's really into it, so she's been really wanting to watch that. Anyways, we're watching. She gets a WHIO news alert, pops up on her phone, and it says,
WHIO.
yeah, it's a Dayton news station.
Wheel.
And wheel. And it said Terre Haute student shot by a police officer in classroom safety demonstration.
Aren't we all just Terre Haute students getting shot by police officers in a safety
It was a
demonstration?
19-year veteran of whatever sheriff office.
Deputy Dunaway.
Well, yeah.
God, I
Came
need
into
Adam
school
Lazar
to
score first.
do some safety demonstration, and he accidentally shoots a student, non-fatal,
Oh, shit.
non-life-threatening injuries, and I'm just like, they're getting free college. They're suing the county, and they're gonna get so much money, free. Like I'm
Especially
just like,
if you don't die.
right? That's what I'm saying. It's like
Huge.
I would love to be non-fatally shot, to where it's like just a flesh wound where it's not gonna cause any like lingering issues.
The Brian Robinson effect.
Exactly. Yeah. Tell me why Michael Thomas is out for the season with an ankle injury. This dude gets shot a million times and he's back in like
Oh my
4
god,
weeks.
the fucking X-ray of Michael Thomas is just slants.
Slants. So yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, that is
I'd
pretty
love to
good.
get shot.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It probably doesn't even hurt really.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, Scotty, your stardom.
I'm gonna do the Modern Warfare 2 meme where the dude, the ghost face, is sitting next in the car.
Oh my god, I love that.
It's when my girl is or when my boy's driving to my girl's house, but he doesn't ask me for directions.
For those who don't know what you're talking about,
No,
it's
one
basically
everyone does.
it's a zombie. Yeah.
No, it's not a zombie.
It's Ghostface.
Oh, for sure. How did I know that?
It's not
Yeah.
Ghostface. That's the villain from
No, it's Ghostface.
no, it's not.
God, what? You're so stupid.
It's all right. It's all right.
You don't even know.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I looked up Ghostface. And
Yep.
I'm about to send you what the fuck. It was the first video that shows up. Why? Why is it that?
Okay. It's just a guy jerking off,
with a
In
skull.
Ghostface.
helicoptering his dick. Oh, that's great.
I'm sorry,
Helicopter
bro.
dick. Helicopter dick.
Actually, no. I looked up Modern Warfare 2, and that's what's the first thing that showed up. But he does have Ghostface, so it works.
All right, to sit him. So it's obviously it sucks. The Browns Bills game will not be played in Buffalo, where we were going to have a torrential downpour of snow. It would have been a great visual. It's being moved to Detroit. But my sit-em is DraftKings, because if you bet any bet you placed on the Bills Browns game Monday through Wednesday, most books will void those bets. They've voided them. I had under. They voided it on our book. Bovada did it for Nathan. BetUS did it. Basically, everyone's avoiding the bets because the venue change, except for DraftKings, because they tweet out their house rules and says if a venue is changed, but the home team is still listed as the home team, the bets stay. And
DraftKings sucks.
people are obviously pissed, and I think that DraftKings will get canceled into voiding the bets at the end of the day. But
They probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to.
yeah, I mean, I don't see they're so well known that I don't know, this will rub people the wrong way, especially because if you bet the over, you'd love it. But who bet the over in this game? Thinking with the weather and all that shit. So yeah, tough look for DraftKings. See if they fix it or not. Zach.
Yeah, my sit-em is going to be. I was wondering how to title this, because usually we come up with interesting titles. See if you can come up with, after I describe it, with an interesting one. I'm just going to say Texas legal system.
Okay.
And it's not for what you think. Nathan, don't get up in arms. I know you're a right-wing piece of shit. I'm just kidding. It's, you saw, we've been very excited that we've been the student loan forgiveness and all of that.
Yes.
But two little pieces of rat shit in Texas filed suit to undo it, and it got upheld by a district court judge in Texas to stop or halt the student loan forgiveness. These two little fucking pieces of shit. One of them already consolidated their debt into a third party. Basically, they paid off their debt by taking a third-party loan out to reduce their interest. And so they wouldn't qualify for any forgiveness, even though they still owe. So they're butthurt about that. And the other one didn't qualify for the 20 grand Pell Grant, just the 10 grand. So they're upset about that. So that's why they sued. And so now it's been paused. They aren't taking any applications. It's going to get run up to the next level. It's going to get appealed. But for right now, student loan forgiveness has been shut down. So that really pisses me off.
Debt regret.
Yeah.
There's maybe a title.
Regret.
Scotty, you're sit-up.
E. coli?
Go on.
No, this is no reason. Just E. coli. Don't want to. I just don't want to elaborate more. On
Okay. E. coli.
Being in Mexico.
Oh, okay. You were in Cancun, correct?
Yeah, I was.
Did you drink the water?
I did not, but I ate a banana.
What happened?
He ate a banana.
What? I ate
You
a
had liquid
banana
shits?
And, I got I have unpleasant experiences from from my last day there up into today. So it's definitely not just a one day thing.
Blake went to Dominican Republic, and he didn't drink the water, but he didn't think that you can't have the ice either, and he did he got hit with that on his first day. You know, what do they call it? Montezuma's revenge, I think is what they call it.
Really?
Yeah. And so, so his was at the beginning of his honeymoon. So the first 4 of his 7 days in the DR.
Who was this?
Blake. My brother. Just liquid shits and vomiting exploding out of both ends on his honeymoon for over half of his honeymoon.
I lost some weight.
That's why me and Jenna just went to Florida.
Oh, feel a little good. Yeah.
So were you feeling sick on the plane, or when did the effects hit you?
It was basically just really bad 24 hours of nausea and I still went to dinner, but it's not like I felt very comfortable all day, and then just feel for the last week just burning holes in my stomach.
How?
But nothing that's gonna make me bedridden or anything. Just a very, very major inconvenience.
How was the fruit from the edible arrangement? Good.
Amazing. Actually, it was so good.
Classic. That's all class.
Yeah.
First class.
That was fucking good. And Justin was just because we ate unhealthy all week, and then I was just my stomach is hurting. She's like, eat some fucking fruit. And I'm like, no. And then I finally ate
Shelby, I was about to bitch about not
ate
getting one at my wedding, but then I remembered that I stole those Bud Light Platinums from you, so fair trade.
Also, I didn't know you either.
Yeah.
We didn't hang out.
Still invited you, though.
Still invited me, though.
You didn't invite me.
Because oh my god, here we go again.
Yeah, why didn't you invite Scotty? Let's go into big detail about that.
Because I sent you the invite and I said, hey, here's the invite. Bring Scotty as your +1.
What if I wanted to bring a hot piece of ass that isn't Scotty?
Because you were. I didn't think you were. Were you dating anybody at the time? Yeah, that's why.
I could have been talking to someone. You just shot it down from the
but then I got to pay for an extra plate. You
didn't have to pay for an extra plate when Scotty was going?
Well, then if I had sent you an invite with a +1 and then him an invite, then yeah. Not paying. I'm not paying for an extra plate just for you to bring your fucking hookers.
Here's the thing.
Piece of
Here's the
shit.
thing. Shelby could have brought another +1, and then I would have been hopeless. A hopeless fan of Zach's wedding.
Damn. That checks out, Zach.
Were we doing a podcast?
No.
I named the podcast this all so that we could fucking. It's just full circle. This is my.
It's just this podcast is so he can shit on me for stealing his Bud Light Platinums.
That did fucking suck because there was not a drop of alcohol within walking.
Yeah, I'm like, how am I a +1 at the wedding and this dude's in my hotel room drinking my
because
Bud
I
Light
paid for your
Platinums
dinner and
on
gave
his
you free
wedding
drinks
night.
for 4 or 5 hours.
Well, we're even, you fucking bitch.
Right.
Give me a Bud Light Platinum.
I've given you so many Bud Light Platinums.
No, Scotty's making up for it for all the puffs on your on your ventilator or whatever.
Damn straight.
You said ventilator. You're right.
All right, best and worst bets of week 10. Zach, go.
Fucking.
I'll start because
it's the same.
It's gonna
It's the
suck
same.
because our teasers with Buffalo is. I'm gonna see that Justin Jefferson catch for the rest of my life, and I'll always think about being like, oh man, because Zach,
Grip the ball.
yeah, no, just knock it down.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
4th and 18.
Yeah, and then like to make matters worse, when Minnesota won, I get a text from my dad like, "How about that Buffalo game with 3 laughy emojis?" I'm like, "Oh, he has no idea, fucking innocent bastard." He's watching one game a week when the Bengals aren't on CBS.
Shaming you the other day?
Just send your dad a
Yeah,
screen
you did
recording
shame me
of you
too.
blocking his number.
When I I was sweating a bet. He's like, "How much do you even have on it?" I'm like, "Fuck you."
Dude, you get so weird when you bet.
He fucking made it, dude. So that freaking sucked. Also, what else sucked? Dallas -4 because they had a 2-touchdown lead, and I was like, "Oh, perfect. The Packers can't drive down there." They did it twice. Then in overtime, CeeDee Lamb was interfered with, going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
That would have won the game.
Fuck yeah, I love that game.
So that sucked. But it was my best betting weekend with the Lions covering. The Steelers won outright as a moneyline dog.
You stood to bankrupt this piece of shit if Buffalo and Dallas didn't fall apart.
I did get your feeling of just sorrow after the slate, because there was a good hour or two where I was like, I might go 8-0, and ended up 6-2, but
You were close.
that sucked. Your best and worst, Scotty.
Well, I'll start with my worst. I would have scored a clean 1K because I had a $200 free bet, and I also put another 100 on this parlay. Anytime touchdown score for Christian McCaffrey hit late night slate. Saquon Barkley hit also. I think they both hit in the fourth quarter. Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, and then the last leg, Stephon Diggs against. I was thinking, against
yeah, I had
team.
this.
I almost. Yeah, I thought, maybe against his former team he might hit it. He did not. I also had the exact same parlay, except I added Nick Chubb, who scored. So that still would have hit. But I had Diggs in every single one of them. Did not fucking hit.
It's always the one you put in everything.
I made up with it. In other ways. But I had a best bet, and that was Monday Night Football. I saw in my crystal ball, I saw the fucking result. I knew the Eagles were gonna lose that night for some reason. I said, fuck this $20 flyer. I'm gonna put $50 on the spread, and also the money
sprinkle,
line netted me $300. So
if I hadn't been
on
so
the Washington
demoralized by
Commanders.
Sunday, I probably would have moneyline sprinkled as well. I just stuck with my spread bet.
And you know what I did? The same thing. One more best bet. Same game. I also put a $10 flyer when they were driving down 7-0, but they were plus 600 at that point.
Right.
680, $10. And then I also put money on the Packers down 14 plus 800.
Good bet. Yeah, good bet.
Very good bet.
My best bet is going to be from college football, TCU.
Yeah.
It's the fact, and again, it's probably a rat line, but coming up against Baylor, being 2.5 point favorites against a 4-loss Baylor team, 3-4 loss Baylor team, is supposed to be the 4th rated team in the country. It seems like a rat line. The was -2.5, I think, is what they are. We'll find out if they're frauds or not.
Yeah, Texas was the. I saw someone when something's.
I had +7 and +7.5.
Yeah, when something's sharp, but it's square at the same time. That's what people were saying. Texas was the sharp money because it was a rat line -7 against a ranked TCU team. Top 5 TCU team.
4. They're 4th.
Yeah, so they're top 5.
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
fourth
sure.
now,
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah,
I really wish I bet the Frogs.
Yeah, because remember when we were talking about the top 4, the acronym was GOT-CUM.
Yeah.
Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, and
But then
Michigan.
again, Trent was on it though.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
where I was like, oh no.
that gave me hesitation about the
Yeah.
Titans tonight. I still don't really like it a lot.
Yeah, I know. I do like the Packers, but I'm
All
not
right,
going to
Nathan,
bet it.
your best and
I was
worst
gonna
of
hit
last
I think
week.
they found
I'll
their
go
shit.
ahead and start with the best. Bears -3.
How was that?
Or
best?
excuse me, worst. Starting with the worst. Bears -3. Nightmare.
Oh,
Up
yeah.
huge in the fourth quarter. Up
Tough.
2 scores. Justin Fields late pick 6. That was very bad to Jeff Okudah, Ohio State.
And
product.
as someone who had +3 the other way with the Lions, another crossfire you hypothetically lost. When the Bears miss an extra point,
Yes.
and the Lions only need a touchdown to take the lead, you knew 3 at that point was fuck.
completely dead. It was completely dead. It went from absolute gold early in that quarter to completely dead so quickly too, and it was It was just one of those ones where you just saw it falling apart and just melting
That's
in
what
your
shit
chair.
is.
Just
You're,
like,
up,
it's just
you're up 6 and you're laying 3 and you're dead.
Yep.
dead.
Breaking news.
Dead person.
Yep, for sure. So
I have
then,
breaking news.
Hang on, Nathan. Time out. Scotty has breaking news. This better be
I
good.
just seen it on Twitter, but I think I know what it is. Go ahead.
It's from Barstool Sports, CNN. This has nothing to do with betting or sports. It's CNN reporters are banned from drinking. This is a bunk, or this is a sit-em.
Oh, yeah, I saw this earlier today.
Sit-em is CNN. CNN reporters are banned from drinking during the 2023 New Year's Eve show because the hosts get too loaded and blitzed out of their minds. And that's like the most entertaining of New Year's Eve, is like them getting really drunk and just talking to the camera.
His breaking news is
for
CNN
like an hour.
reporters are not allowed to drink during the New Year's Eve show.
That's tough.
They're banned from drinking. Also banned from telling the truth, some would say.
Who'd you vote for in 2016?
All right, Nathan, go ahead.
What was it? What was his name? The Eagle or something?
Best is easy. Miami.
I wrote in Tua. That was my vote.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Miami minus 3.5. That
That's
was a
like a
joke.
perfect
That
game.
was like the
That-
Browns are terrible. They never cover the spread coming off a win, and Tua is great covering the spread at home. All of that added up to like was going to be a blowout from the second it was on the board. And I was like, why is this 3.5? That should be 7.5.
It
It didn't make sense.
It seemed like a rat
It was
line
such a
from.
rat line.
It seemed like a rat line from the jump, so I stayed away from it, and I think that's like the last kumbaya of getting the Dolphins cheap. Because I think everyone's going to be on like Tua MVP,
Yeah.
Dolphins to win the East, especially since the Bills lost and now the Bills are 3rd in the East.
Didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Bad line.
Okay, we'll get into Boardwalk. Before we start Boardwalk, Nathan, an update on our crossfires. Just how about you start with everyone's records and then get into the individual matchups.
I can do that. So we'll just start from the jump. Really not good for me. Apparently, the only bets I lose are crossfires against you guys. So I am 3-16 on the season in crossfires. 3-16. Scotty, you are doing
That's
quite
unreal.
well.
That's like
hard to
unreal,
do,
dog.
It's almost as impressive to be 3-16 as it would be to be 16-3.
It is.
To be honest, and I
Statistically,
just
it is.
keep losing them.
That's what I said the other day, man. I had that 3-1 day in college betting, then I went 0-4. I'm like, it's hard to go 0-4. Let's go 4-0.
It is. It really is. Scotty, you are sitting at a nice 10-6 on the season. Shelby is at 10-4 on the season.
Don't come in my kitchen, hoe.
But Zach leads the way in wins. He's 11-6, mostly because
okay,
he
but I
just
have the
keeps
best
beating
record.
up on me.
But I have the
Yeah,
best
Shelby
record.
has
Okay,
best
cool.
record. Zach has most wins right now. It's really just
kiss
just a
my
battle.
pasty ass, bitch.
It's a
All
battle.
right, I
between
get
three
Nathan this
and,
week, guys.
What did Scotty say?
Not the Nathan. Did you hear Scotty?
I didn't hear.
He's like, okay, I get Nathan this week.
Not good. Not good. Bet when you have to have a crossfire against me. That is the bet you should take. So tough.
All right.
How many wins do you have?
3-16. I beat you each one time. I've beaten you each once.
All right. So what? The
sad
head-to-head
sack
records.
of
The head-to-head records.
Head-to-head records. While I've beaten you each one time, I'm 1-6 against Scotty. I am 1-5 against both Shelby and Zach. So those
Okay,
are my
you guys
3
can
wins.
have
Scotty versus Zach. Zach leads the way 4-3.
Would you kiss my ass, bitch?
Scotty versus
He said, all right.
All right.
Scotty versus
Browns do that
Shelby.
for free.
Shelby leads the way 3-1.
Woo! You guys need to crossfire more. You've only got
And
4 matchups.
Wish I could be surprised.
Well, hold on, Zach. The Zach Shelby.
Oh, God.
Everyone's matchup they're interested in hearing about.
close.
This is a big one.
this is gonna be close.
Shelby's got it.
It's 2-2.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We need to crossfire more.
Got it. Gotta find some crossfires. How about we all stop picking on Nathan now? We've gotten the picture. I'm bad.
Say it with your chest, Scotty. Go.
I'm saying Shelby's such a bitch because he's scared to make any risks.
Yeah, he only wants to crossfire Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, like
I literally
I'm not
sit
gonna
here
do
being
this.
like, who's?
Makes a fucking, like, Texans minus or plus 10 bet. You fucking loser bet.
First game, Panthers plus 13 at Baltimore.
What do you have,
Scotty? Why don't you
Baltimore
start with that
minus 13?
fucking? Go ahead, Scotty.
I'm going to take the over 41.5 here.
Over 41.5, huh?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
Panthers. I think the Panthers and Ravens is going to score a lot of points, so I'm taking it.
Okay. That solid logic. Can't argue with that.
All right, Zach.
I'm going to take the Panthers plus 13. I don't think the Ravens when they
Not
when
emotional at all.
No, well no. If it was emotional, it'd be a money line pick. It's not. No, I do think that this one. I do think this.
Let me just say on the record, if you want to money line the Panthers for Boardwalk, I will allow it for this 1 week.
You'll crossfire it. Take
Yeah, I'll
Ravens money
crossfire.
line. Yeah, no, I was gonna take it just plus 13. The Ravens don't often win big, so they usually give up huge leads when they do, if they are gonna win.
The
So
Panthers and Baker Mayfield though.
yeah, Baker Mayfield, man. I mean, you thought the same thing. Mayfield didn't play and when he did, the first drive was a touchdown.
Let me add to
against the
that,
Bengals.
Zach. What do you think the spread would be? Bengals, Ravens on a neutral field.
On a neutral field, right now, what do I think the spread would be?
Yeah, if they played in Detroit. Well, make it like literally if they split the difference
Levi
between
Stadium. Go out to California.
Or yeah, if they just split the difference between Cincinnati and Baltimore,
Okay.
somewhere in like
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eastern West Virginia, but West Virginia's small as shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Somewhere in buttfuck Pennsylvania.
Where do you think? What do you think the spread is?
Ravens minus 1.5.
Okay, I would agree.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago, the Bengals are at home facing the Panthers. The spread's 7.5, 7 in some spots. Now it's up 6 points.
Because they got murdered by the Bengals.
But then they beat the Falcons on primetime.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So you're telling me there's value here?
I'm taking the Panthers. There's
Right.
not a 6-point difference between the Bengals and the Ravens. It's
right.
like you said, 1, 2,
Yeah.
maybe. So
Yeah.
Panthers my pick. Nathan.
Calm down. You're proving my point.
I'm with,
agreeing with
Yeah, I know.
I'm with Scotty and also do like the Panthers. I like the over 41.5, but I'll take the over before I take the Panthers. But I
Scotty said,
agree.
"God damn it."
I agree. I think we're all on the same thing there.
Oh, I mean, I should mention the records. I'm 37, 24, and 2. Zach is 37 and 26, so a game out of first place. Scotty is 33, 29, and 1. Nathan is 29, 33, and 1. Got some ground to make up. Zach's been hot. We were all 4 and 3 last week, so I think that was the first time we've all had a winning record in the same week. All right, next game. Dallas laying a 1.5 at Minnesota. Nathan.
It's Minnesota. I don't understand why this line confuses me immensely. Minnesota coming off a big win. Dallas blowing a big lead down the stretch. It doesn't make sense to me, and Minnesota's at home. Fucking feed me Minnesota here. Minnesota plus.
Oh, this is such a cuck pick. Can I take the crossfire, please?
Take the crossfire. You want it against Nathan or me? Because I'm also on the Vikings. I'll tell you why. It does seem like the square being like +1 at home. No, it's not. No, it's not. Dallas is a public team, so they're always going to get money. But at the same time, Minnesota, like, you just win your game of the year. That's why it's square, right? You win the best game of the year. It's square because you're home underdogs now and you're 8-1. But now, if you're a Viking, what do you think of that? Like, you're at home and you're an underdog and you're 8-1. You just beat the Super Bowl favorite. Fire up next week, and it's also Kirk Cousins at 1 p.m. I mean, do you need to say more? No. Who do the Vikings play next week? Because I think if they win this game, next week would be like a really nice time to fade them.
I'm going to take my crossfire with Nathan. Just
all right,
for
you like
records.
Dallas?
Yeah, -1.5, and that crucifies your pick because it's a crossfire with Nathan. So
They have the Patriots at home on Thanksgiving primetime. They're going to lose that game.
Ooh,
they may not lose it, but I think the Patriots will fucking cover.
Well, it's going to be like 3.5. You think 3.5?
What do you think? The under might be a good play, and depending on what it is.
Scotty,
obviously.
your pick in Dallas, Minnesota.
Look out for the under. Yeah.
Both these teams scored a shit ton of points and had an emotional game last week. I'm going under 47.5.
Okay. Scotty totals this week.
Yeah.
Going under.
Scotty totals.
Unders have been hitting, so.
Are we doing the Vegas Broncos game?
No.
No. Okay.
All right.
I thought we always do our team games every week.
Oh, I must.
So
I
No, we don't. Zach, just fucking forget about it. Damn.
okay. All
Well,
right.
I have a pick in that game. It's my lock. But
Okay.
We'll get to that later.
All right.
Philly.
Me too.
Philly laying 6.5 in Indy. Totals 45. Zach.
Lay in the lumber.
Go with Philly?
No. I'm gonna go with the under 45.
Okay.
In this game.
I am also going.
Yeah, I like.
Scotty's on the under as well.
Eagles get right game prime spot here after
I think both teams are
confusing
really good at running
loss.
the ball too.
Yeah, to Washington.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Scotty.
I think they're gonna. Yeah, Scotty makes a great point about the run game with both these teams. Colts definitely going to be leaning on Jonathan Taylor. He might his legs might just be ground into powder after this season. But Matt Ryan's back in. which is interesting, but I think they got their surge now. I think the cracks are going to start showing with having a high school coach in the NFL, which still makes no fucking sense to me.
That guy.
Yeah. Great guy. Great. What do you mean I'm that guy, Nathan? You got something you want to say, bitch?
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
No, I just so much criticism over Jeff Saturday being unqualified to be the head coach, but sometimes I think that kind of works out. It's a fresh voice, fresh perspective, and he's not going to come in with some attitude of I know how to do things. I know what I want this team to look like. He's going to let the players play, which I kind of like a little bit.
Letting the players play, throwing Matt Ryan, the better quarterback, under center than Sam Ehlinger.
Yes.
Right. Well, why? If that's the case, then why do teams need head coaches at all? Then
he won one game. I mean, it's
right.
Not...
That's what I'm saying. I think that the mojo might have been spent here. With Jeff Saturday. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a better.
So and especially you have the Eagles coming in now instead of who they play last week. The Commanders. No. Who did Colts play last week? Raiders. Right. You have inept Josh McDaniels. Now you've got a good Eagles team that are pissed off. They've been punched in the mouth. They've tasted their own blood. It's like Bruce Lee getting punched, tastes his own blood. Now he's gonna fucking punch a hole in your chest. So I think all the more reason to take their spread, but at 6.5, I think it's safer to go with the under. I don't think the Colts are going to score a lot. I think the Eagles can put them away early by running up the score to like 21-3 or something like that and coast.
Nate.
I'm also on the under. A lot of unders here this evening on this game. For a lot of the reasons that Zach said, I also lean towards Philadelphia winning this game. It's a get-right game. Their defense is going to step up. I just think not a lot of scoring. I think they win. It could be closer than the 6. I think has a chance to.
Right.
It's going to be one of those games where like it never feels close, but the final score kind of is.
You get a garbage time, and they end up winning by 5 or something, and then you shoot yourself in the leg.
Plus 6.5. I did already bet them plus 7 on our book, Zach.
Well, that's a better line.
Yeah, but Jordan Davis being out for the Eagles is huge, and you saw that in the run game where the Commanders were able to take complete pace of that game. And I don't think the market hasn't really caught up to the Colts, putting in Matt Ryan and now having that juice.
Yeah.
Shaq Leonard not being there, he hasn't been there all year.
Right.
But this is a Colts team that's been spunky at home too, beating the Chiefs.
Yep.
So I think
question mark game.
Yeah, very, very questionably.
Patrick Mahomes just forgot how to play football.
And the officials were terrible.
That's true.
But I'm on the dog here, and I mean it kind of. If you're saying all three of you are on the under, I'd rather have points than lay 6.5.
Right.
So I'll take the Colts. Bengals are in Pittsburgh. Total's 41. Scotty.
Yeah, I'm going with Bengals -4. I think they're just the better team. I don't like Pickett.
It's not the Bengals.
I think the Bengals are so much better than the Pittsburgh. And also, Burrow sucks against the Browns, but he always seemingly plays Pittsburgh really well. So I'm taking the Bengals -4.
Nathan?
Also on the Bengals.
God damn it.
Consensus, 3-way consensus.
All right,
here.
so where do I put my crossfire? Should I do it with Scotty?
Yes, do it with me. Please do it with me.
Oh, yeah, do it with Scotty.
Please do it with me.
Oh, I might lose this and the Bengals might win? No.
Is this
I know.
emotional?
No, but this is like such a fucking show.
Let Scotty now.
Gluggy fucking homer pick.
Oh, you want to...
Cross homer pick.
All right, yeah, you want to go against Mike Tomlin as a home underdog?
I do. I would love
okay.
to. And what's his record this year? Like fucking 3-6?
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, awful.
And already beat the Bengals outright as a 7-point dog. I mean, Burrow's not going to throw 4 picks again. He's already said that. But yeah, TJ Watt coming back to this game is so huge. What's been the MO on the Bengals this year is that teams that can't rush the passer, they kill. And teams that can rush the passer, the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Browns on Monday night, now the Steelers again. And they've had 2 games without Chase. One of them, they looked total dog shit against the Browns. And then they killed the Panthers, who can't rush the passer and couldn't stop the run.
Brian
Steelers
Burns
come in with a pretty. He didn't against the Bengals.
But can he rush the passer?
No, I'm saying the Panthers as a team can't.
Okay, so why can the Steelers? Because they have TJ Watt?
Because they just showed that they could week 1 against the Bengals. And the emotional of it where he's back. He comes back last week. They killed the Saints as a dog at home. Now they have another back against the wall spot.
Here's the thing you do with the Bengals that I've noticed, that you give all this analysis because you have a very emotional tie to it, and I get that. And you have these like, oh, well, here are all the reasons why the Steelers are going to, and then the Bengals are going to win like fucking 41-6.
You say it's like you're saying all this stuff. It's like it's a gut thing.
It never fucking matters with the Bengals. With Shelby is going to look at every negative for the Bengals that he can. He doesn't look at the Bengals positives.
Yeah, you probably have a point in somewhere there. I always bet against the Bengals.
You're gonna talk your way into. It's like with me. Like
You know what? I'm on the Steelers. No, just kidding.
I was talking. That's all right. I was talking. You're all right. It's like it's like with my emotional hedge, it's like I don't care, just emotional. With Shelby, because he knows the game and he knows ball and does all this analysis research, he could just be like, "Here's the reason why I'm actually taking," instead of just owning up to it's emotional hedge.
But the big selling point to me is that we've seen 2 games without Chase. One of them on the road, they looked terrible. Their passing offense was not great against the Browns. They didn't have to be great against the Panthers, so we haven't seen them throw. And now we haven't seen them throw the ball well without Chase. And now you're playing a team just like the Browns defensively, where not good on paper, but can rush the passer effectively. I don't know.
All these points sound great, but coming from you, it's just like...
Right, yeah, I get it. Take a grain of salt. But, we'll have the crossfire, and I hope I'm wrong. All right.
I fucking bet.
Sunday Night Football, Chiefs now laying 5 to the Chargers.
3, you'll be all right.
At SoFi, totals 52. Nathan.
Give me the under. I think everyone wants lots of points. I don't trust sides because you never know when Kansas City lays an egg or when the Chargers will actually turn into a team. They're getting some receivers back this week. Supposedly Keenan Allen, please play Keenan Allen. So you don't know. That could supercharge them at home. You never know getting an emotional leader like that. I just don't know where it's going to be. I just think 52 is really high. That's a lot of points to score. Just give me the under. If it goes over, I watched a good football game.
Nathan, do you need a running back?
Scotty.
You good on running back?
I'm taking the over 52.
All right, crossfire with Nathan.
Yeah, I'm taking the over 52. I think the Chargers love to score points against the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs always match it. So.
Okay, Zach.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers over team total 23.5.
Oh, that was a bad loss for you last week.
What was?
You had the Chargers. I think your lock was Chargers team total over 21.
It was over 18 and a half.
No, it was 20. It was 20 and a half, I thought.
I thought it was like 18 or 19 and a half.
I thought it was 20 and a half. He's like, I think they'll easily score
Chargers
21.
Chargers team total over 23 and a half. Yeah, no, especially if they get these weapons back. Like I said, I think that this will be a pace game. Like we saw, what was that, our first week, right?
Yeah, it was 27-24.
Yeah.
And the Chargers were about to probably win that game. They were up double digits, and then they were going in to take the lead, and Herbert threw a 99-yard pick six.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see a lot of that here. I don't see, aside from...
it was Chargers team total over 18.5.
Who was it? Their pass rusher, their big pass rusher, D Ford or the Chiefs?
Dunlap and
not Dunlap.
Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones. Chris Jones is good at getting after the quarterback. But aside from that, if you can get the ball out quick against the Chiefs, then you have a good shot. And I think that Herbert's going to be able to do that. You saw him do it pretty well in that first game. And if they hadn't gassed what's his name? Not their tight end. Remember, he was like making all those catches. He's like, "Bring me out," and they're like, "No, we're not bringing you out." And then the next play is the pick six that you talked about.
He got tired.
Right? Yeah. So I think if they come into this with a little bit of better game management, looking at the X's and O's, just study that film, I think they have a shot at even knocking them off. But I like their over team total here a little bit better.
At 4:40 this afternoon, I bet the Chargers +6 -110. So now it's scaring me to take +5 and they lose in overtime on a walk-off touchdown like they did last year to the Chiefs. But yeah, taking +5, I think home divisional dogs are 68% against the spread this year. I mean, something crazy. And I mean, overall, taking home divisional dogs has just been profitable in the last decade or so. And this game, especially with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen potentially both coming back, I think that's just huge. And the Chiefs losing a weapon in Mecole Hardman going on IR today. Juju Smith-Schuster's in concussion protocol. You don't know if he's going to go. Kadarius Toney probably gets more involved.
Take his
fantasy
prop bet,
pickup.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking the
Good
Chargers.
prop bet too.
Bonus time, Scotty.
I'm going to go with the Raiders +2.5. Broncos haven't beaten the Raiders in 8 straight games or something like silly like that. So +2.5 seems generous. And they were +3.
Bonus for Scotty, Raiders +2.5. That's a crossfire with me because my lock is the Broncos.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, easily my favorite bet of the week. I think the Raiders. This was a team, Scotty. I remember telling you that they were going to the playoffs like 3 weeks ago, and last week losing to not even a first year head coach, a first week head coach. I think that's a dream crusher in a sense, where their season's completely done at that point. They could rally the troops a little bit if they win last week against the Colts, but now they've had 3 bad losses. That's Jacksonville blowing a 17-point lead, the Saints getting shut out, and now losing to Jeff Saturday and the Colts. I think their dreams are crushed. And a little trivia question.
It doesn't matter with Denver and Raiders, though, bro. Like, honestly, like, I know as soon as the Raiders touch down in Denver, Derek Carr is going for like 22 and 28 and like 240 yards of all dump downs.
I will see how Josh Jacobs goes off because it's basically every time they play the Broncos, right? He goes off.
Yep.
But yeah, love Denver in this spot. They have the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL, and they're one. I mean, they did give up a lot of points against the Raiders. That was basically it. But especially at home, I feel like Denver. It's like one of those sense games where like I see Denver sunny on a Sunday afternoon and they just don't give up points. And then offensively, this has to be their best offensive game was when they played the Raiders week 4, right?
It was, yeah. It's only, yep.
Yeah.
It's only, and that actually goes into my lock too. It's the only time they've ever scored over 20 points. So
yeah,
team total under 21.5.
Yeah, because they'd be 8-1 if they could score 20 points a game.
If they scored 18 points a game exactly, they'd be 8-1.
No, they wouldn't because they lost to the Chargers 19-16.
Okay, 8-2.
Okay. That
Still
would make them
number.
7-2.
Still a good number.
Yeah, I know.
You nitpicky bitch.
I know. Well, can you blame me after the Pittsburgh pick?
No.
I'm blaming Denver media because I just blindly followed that.
What was your lock against, Scotty? I'm sorry.
Denver team total under 21.5.
Denver team total under 21.5.
Keep losing my headphones.
I can't believe that's so fucking high.
It does.
Oh.
It seems a little obvious, right? It's like they've only scored over 20 points once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, you want to go with your bonus?
Yeah. So I have a question for you, Shelby. What is 9.5 plus 7.5?
What? 17?
17?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at first half team total points in the Patriots-Jets game, I know it's over-under for the Patriots is 9.5.
Yeah.
Over-under for the Jets is 7.5. But first half total over-under is 19.5.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
So the over-under for Patriots team total first half is 9.5.
Yeah.
For the Jets, it's 7.5.
Yeah.
Add those together, what do you
17.
get? 17. But the total for both teams, over under 19.5. Mm-hmm. Why is it different?
I'm guessing since they're all half points that they're expecting one team, and especially 9.5's not on a key.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
my pick. I thought that was interesting. My pick is the Patriots over 9.5 first half.
Okay.
Team total. I expect them to just have 10, at least 10 by halftime. But something I wanted to point out is if there's a discrepancy there. You said there's some half points there, but if you take under, it's minus 130 under 19.5. So there's a little bit of zhuzh there, but also something to think about. I thought was interesting. But my pick was I knew it was going to be Patriots.
You
first
should
half
bet
team
this,
total.
Zach. That's what.
I like
that's
this,
actually that's really good that you went in and like looked at the
I thought
numbers
that was
the numbers that might look off.
That's the thing. I think Zach cares more about the analysis for the podcast than he does when he's placing bets.
When I decide to actually look at shit.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you're placing bets for money, you're just like, are you kidding me? Like you don't even. There's no thought behind it. You're like, this of course, and I do the same thing. He's like, oh, of course they're gonna fucking score.
Like with your Saints first half minus a half against the Steelers.
Oh, man.
He's like, I just bet Saints minus a half first half. I was like, I kind of like getting money line because there's a lot of tied games at half.
It didn't matter, though.
Steelers Saints went to 10-10 at halftime.
10-10 at halftime? Oh god. Yeah, I could have pushed. Oh well.
All right.
I'd rather lose money than not anything at all. I'd rather lose than push. Because I'm a fucking man.
That just parlays into my bonus. It's New England. I did bet them -3.
Yeah.
They're now 3.5. I guess I will stick with it. Laying points. Every point is big in a game with a total of 38. But how could you not at least have some Patriots angle in some way in this game.
Yeah.
Considering they were -3 at the Jets 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 between a bye or something like that.
Yeah.
-3 3 weeks ago, and all they've done is they beat the Jets, cover on the road as a road favorite, then they cover at home against the Colts, then they have a bye week, and now they're laying just a half point more than they were in the Meadowlands 3 weeks ago. That's insane to me. Patriots -3.5, and I don't have to tell you how good Belichick is against the Jets in general. Their last 13, the Patriots have won 13 straight against the Jets. They're 12-0-1 against the spread in that span, which is just nuts. And Belichick in general against first and second year quarterbacks. Zach, why don't you go ahead and do your lock, and then we'll go straight to Nathan. Nathan can finish it up with bonus and lock.
Yeah, so here's my lock, and it's going to be Panthers team total over 13.5. Before you freak the fuck out, before Scotty's going to be like,
However, you just like the Ravens too much. Boy,
so here, let me pull.
you just hate your fucking,
Oh,
you just hate your
hell no.
fucking team.
Where did it go? Why can't I? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay.
Fucking
Caw!
I gotta pull. I gotta pull this up.
Rap.
So,
Funny boy.
looking at the regular season, Ravens against the Jets, 24-9. Okay, Dolphins they lost 42-38. Against the Patriots, Patriots scored 26. Bills scored 23.
Nathan,
Bengals
mark it down. I
scored
lost a bet.
17.
Zach can read, actually.
Oh, okay. Giants scored 24, Browns scored 20, Buccaneers scored 22, and the Saints scored 13. So, looking at that, only 2 teams have scored less than 14 points against the Ravens. Now, granted, are the Saints and the Jets better than the Panthers? Probably, but I think that the odds of the Ravens holding a team to less than 14 points are in my favor here. So I'm going to go with the team total over 13.
Well, you could have a Bengals situation where the Bengals pulled all their starters with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Panthers scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. Scored 21 points in the second half.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that goes with it too. I'm just saying, just if you look at just surface level, I think that there's value here. I mean, it's -120, so again, you've got a little bit of something in there, but if you like it, you like it.
It's called
You're winning money.
juice.
Yeah,
Juice. All right, Nathan, you're
certain what the French call certain. I don't know
certain
what.
je ne sais what.
It's
got
a
a certain
JoJo
Siwa to it. All right, Nathan, your bonus and lock.
So starting with bonus, Chicago +3 at Atlanta. I like Chicago. I had them last week. I'm going to ride them again this week. I just am really hot on that team. Justin Fields really looks like he's putting something together there. Cole Kmet. Don't know how you say his last- Is
It's
it
Kmet. Yeah, it's Kmet.
Kmet. He's injured. Might be back. He seems to be a serious target there for him. They're slowly but surely working Claypool into more and more snaps. I really like Chicago in this matchup. I think 3 is low for a good team where Atlanta's just.
I like Chicago too.
Yeah, I like Chicago.
I kind of like the over in this game too. Not enough to bet it, but I kind of like it.
Yep. So really,
49.5.
better than Atlanta?
I think Chicago's
Yeah.
leaps and bounds better.
God.
I think their
you're
offense.
so
I think their
wrong.
offense is better.
Leaps and bounds better.
Oh.
Yeah,
Justin
ab-
Fields is definitely better than Marcus Mariota.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
And
nowhere else they're better. Except if Justin Fields is running.
Better receivers, I think.
No, they don't.
I think
no,
so.
they don't.
The Bears?
I think so. Who do the Falcons have at receiver?
Drake London.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Chase Claypool's better than Drake London.
Yeah, I was going to say
Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a wee little man and a wee.
I think the Falcons have better receivers, but even if you make that argument, they don't throw the ball.
Yeah, they don't throw the ball. They
And
just
the
run
Bears'
ball.
defense is terrible now that they got rid of their 2 best linebackers.
Defense is worse. I still just like the Bears here. I think they're hot.
So Zach said, I
like
bet
them.
they're over.
Yep.
The over in that game.
Over
Yeah,
looks
49.5.
good, but I think they're going to beat them pretty good.
It's like how do the Bears
So
and the Falcons
then
get
we'll
to
move
50?
on to my lock, and I am double dipping on a game, which I don't typically do, but I think this line is wrong. Minnesota first half plus half a point means tied. They're ahead. We are in great shape here in Minnesota. I think they come out red hot. That was a huge momentum win for them, as we talked about earlier in
Stop
Buffalo.
it.
They come out like big badge, and they start hot early. So
They put
yeah,
their nuts out
I
there.
absolutely love Minnesota to just jump down their throat early in this game.
Mm.
Give me the first half spread. Look in the first quarter. Give me everything in that game early for Minnesota, especially. But I like them in general to cover this and win by a bunch. I think this is a big balls game.
They'll be down
And
10-3 at halftime.
Kirk Cousins, 1 o'clock. Talked about a lot. Lock it. Double dipping.
Oh, the 4 o'clock slate is gonna be fun. There's only 3 games, and I'm gonna have action in everyone. Raiders Broncos, my lock already with the Broncos.
It's weird to
that
see.
game's getting to 3. Dallas Vikings and then Bengals Steelers.
It's because it got flexed. I'm wondering why are there 2 AFC East Coast, like Eastern time zone teams playing at 4?
Yeah, they'd 1 o'clock the fuck out of Bengals Steelers if they had another shot at it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the Raiders team total over under?
We'll look at it. It is
probably
19
around
and a half.
19. Okay.
19 and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Can I change my bet?
So Raiders team total under?
Over.
Over.
Okay.
No. I'll keep it.
Now that you scratched it out.
Sorry.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I already have it.
I was like, hopefully
I
don't
already
tell
have
that.
the crossfire with
I thought you were loading up with that. Now I scratched it out.
All right. So this is going to be a fun week for our 4 additional bets. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we had Vegas in there where we didn't do one. We had Scotty obviously has been out planning for the wedding, and then the wedding, and then
honeymoon.
his honeymoon.
Yeah.
So we need 3 teas and thank yous. We need 2 Zach's lock of the week of the century. And we need 2 of Piper's player props, which is the only thing with a winning record right now.
I got him for you too,
even though
Nathan.
he's the only one with a losing record on Boardwalk. Make it make sense.
Player props are my thing.
All right, we'll start with teas and thank
How
yous.
many? How many party parlays?
You need 6.
Okay, well I'm doing 5 because I can't reasonably.
We'll
do
let him.
6.
Yeah, let him do 2.
Yeah,
next
you
week.
can't reasonably do 6, but you could definitely do
Just
5.
indulge him. Let him do 2 next week.
Well, I can't do another one without like crossing streams.
Why can't you have the same thing in different ones?
Let's just
Because
let
I
him do
don't want-
5
then 2
because that's
are-
easier, and the game's about to start.
All right,
let me
Scotty,
do
go
5.
ahead.
I'll
Do
do 2
5
next week.
Do 5 and then 2 next week. All right, start with teas and thank you. We'll run through them because we are pressed. 3 teas and thank you. So these are all 6-pointers. Buffalo -1.5, Minnesota +7.5, and then Buffalo -1.5, Philly -0.5, and then
You're
Raiders.
gonna bring me out of retirement.
Then Raiders +8.5, Vikings -1.5. So a lot of Buffalo, a lot of Minnesota, then Philly, Raiders in there too. There's 3. Zach, 2 lock of the week of the century.
Yeah, first one's gonna be it's a player prop. Is that allowed? Is that allowed? Nathan, we have Piper's player props, but
Is what allowed?
a player prop? Can I just play? Okay, yeah, it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 touchdowns.
Back to the
know.
plus money well.
Back to the well.
well.
I guess this Chargers pass defense, he's gonna throw 3 touchdowns. I mean, come on. How does he not? By not throwing 3 touchdowns? Cross that bridge when we get there. That's my
Sunday
first
night.
one.
You don't have to worry about it until Sunday
Yeah, I
night.
know, right? My other one is going to be Broncos team total under 21.5. That's another well that I have not gone back to since like week 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's like Broncos unders are like 9 and 8 and 1.
Yeah.
And I'm like 1 and 1 on them. I'm like, how is that? Like,
I missed that.
I know. Like,
I know. It's like if you look at Ohio University's football, like against the spread.
Wagons were
I
the
know.
MAC title game, baby.
I know. They're always like -3, -4, and I've looked at them like they've won their last 6 or 7 of them, and I only bet like 3 of them, and I'm like, why am I not betting?
OU games are.
It's because they
Points.
play on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and I always forget to do it. I was like, I have till Saturday to wait to get a better line, and then I look at my phone at the college store, it was like Ohio already played.
They won 59
and they won
47.
Right, yeah, and it was like covered -3. Fuck, could have had it, free money.
All right, Nathan, 2 Piper player props.
All right, here we go.
You were 5 and 4, by the way, and if you go with the AFC North again, because I think you're
It's
like.
only AFC North. That's what I know. So I'm-
Because I think you're like 1 and 3 AFC North,
Yeah.
and like 4 and 1. Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. Joe Burrow under 256.5 passing yards.
I like that. He sucks.
Give me the under, and then Lamar Jackson over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Wow.
Bye week, they're gonna really reinstate the pass in that offense. Big week for Lamar Jackson.
Okay. All right, Scotty. The moment we've all been waiting for. 5 party parlays.
Fuck.
All
right.
I'm hoping while we were all talking, you started some.
I have them all done. There you
Okay.
go.
Let's hear.
them during Boardwalk.
How many legs are each of them?
So I got the first 3 parlays are going to be 4 legs, or actually 5 legs for the first one. The 2 and 3 have 4 legs. 4 and 5 have 3 legs.
Oh, okay. So you might win one of these, but it won't.
Yeah.
But I'm disappointed because I thought the goal of the party parlays were to Like once you win one, you'll get back to like.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason that the small ones have only 3.
Okay. All right. I'll
You know
just.
what I'm
Yeah. Do you have the odds after you read each one?
I wish. I don't.
All right. Fuck me. All right. Just go ahead. Do your thing.
Do you want to put it in for me?
Sure. I'll do more work.
Sick.
Oh, I always love
Thanks.
doing more work. I already started your taxes. I already started your taxes.
I wish.
All right, go ahead.
Patriots. This is going to be the money line, just gut play.
Okay.
Parlay. It's going to be the Patriots, the Giants, the Commanders, the Bears, and the Raiders.
Hold on. Patriots, Giants.
Commanders against Houston.
Yeah.
The Bears against who the fuck do they play?
Atlanta.
I don't remember. Atlanta and Raiders against the Broncos. Patriots against the Jets.
That's
and
plus
Giants against
2097.
Okay. So that would almost get you back to above even.
Mm-hmm.
What if you just won all 5?
Bet one of them.
Parlay number 2, the power play.
Ooh.
Power teams, right? So we got the Ravens,
Sure.
the Eagles.
Wait, what is this? Money line?
Yeah.
These are all
Yeah.
money line.
Okay.
The Ravens, the
Sounds like a
Eagles,
surgical
the
six.
Vikings, and the Bengals.
Vikings and Bengals.
We have power team, Shelby.
Hey, look at us.
That's probably not going to net me a lot. It's probably
Plus
like 10 to
350.
win like
Oh,
25.
plus 350.
Oh, okay, 10
352, sorry.
That come on.
But now it's like if
baby.
that
Let's
was
go.
the one that wins, it's like, damn, it's like I'm only down.
Well, then
No,
It's like
I
a
get
surgical 6, but less stupid.
it. I get it. It's just
I have to make up. Okay, it's a.
I know, but
grind.
that was the
I have fucking 6.
that was the
parlays.
Yeah.
you got 5 because you begged me before we
Call
started.
call me Hannah Montana because it's the climb.
I just wanted. I thought the beauty of Scotty's Party Parlay is each time it lost, he had to just keep getting higher
Yeah.
with his one to get
Until
it
he
back.
gets to a 13-leg
Well,
parlay.
right.
All right, buddy. Well, this is what happens when you make me take.
Oh yeah, it's my fault for sure. You couldn't have
5
sent.
in-
You couldn't
in
have sent a
one-
parlay
in
in.
one slant.
All these weeks you missed, you couldn't have sent one in. Go ahead.
That would have been like
Scotty's on another one right now. We should make him. We should
Trust me.
overwork him every week because he's funny when we overwork him.
Yeah.
trust me. I placed my own party.
I
parlays.
wish.
They didn't hit.
All right, go ahead to the third one.
This is the square play parlay.
Last one wasn't.
It's just like the squares look at this and they're like, really? Like
That's plus money.
How the
How's
fuck
this plus
are they
money?
this? Not plus money. It's like Jets plus 3.5. It's like the Jets have a better record. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Blinded. Jets plus 3.5. Rams Super Bowl champions against Andy Dalton and the Saints. Rams plus 3.5.
Careful.
Bears. I mean, against Atlanta. Atlanta, I guess, just lost to Carolina in an embarrassing fashion. Bears at least are playing close. Justin Fields is ascending plus 3. Bengals minus 4. Square.
All right, what's that payout?
Those are the 4 legs.
Bengals minus 4. It's
I don't
Jets, Rams, Bears, Bengals spread, right?
Yes.
It is plus 1169. Nice.
All right. All right.
Here we go. Parlay 4 is the let's have fun.
Wait, what was the first one called?
First one was the Moneyline Guts.
Okay.
Guts.
I do appreciate that he had names.
Yeah,
for
these
them.
names are good.
Okay. Let's have fun.
It's called Party Parlay after
Yeah.
Okay.
all. I wish.
Sorry, I had to write
The
one
next
more
one's
leg,
called
so
This
now
Ain't Winning.
It's the only one that hits.
My last one, no fucking shot. The parlay number 4, let's have fun. Bears, Falcons. Oh, these are all over.
Okay.
49.
I love it. Okay, over 49.5.
Yeah. Bears, Falcons, over 40. Oh, it's 49.5?
Yeah.
I hate it now. No, over 49.5. 2 shitty teams. Guess who also are 2 shitty teams? Washington and Houston, over 41.
40.5
Chiefs and
now.
Chargers,
Better line.
Fun team. There you go, 40.5 now. Chiefs, Chargers, over 52.
Yep.
That's a fun team, and I added this just last second. I was debating it, but fuck it, I'll let it kill my parlay if it does. Bills, Browns, over 49.
It is 49.5.
Okay.
Over 49.5?
Yep, it's plus 1238.
Okay. And the last one, what's
Last,
its name?
certainly not least. No fucking shot.
Moneyline Dogs.
Moneyline dogs.
So yeah, in other words, no fucking way. Vikings, Raiders, Rams.
Vikings, Raiders, Rams. Vikings not that bad. It's plus 102. Vikings.
No, but they are money line.
Yeah,
Raiders.
they're all like 4 points or less, or 3.5 points or less, so it's not bad.
You ready for your odds?
Yeah.
Plus 1036.
Okay.
10 to win 100.
All right, and I'm just making it. He was 0-6. He's 0-6 at party parlays this year. Let's say conservatively 0-14 last year because we probably had a few weeks.
Sure.
So let's say down 20 units. So that's what he's got to make up. 1 unit on each one.
$200.
I think we might get our first hit this week because these are a little bit more.
Yeah, I think especially the power play.
Yeah.
Plus 350. I mean, the Bengals aren't winning, but
don't tease me on coming out of retirement.
Is that our show?
That great show. Props to you, gentlemen.
Props to me mostly, but yeah. Good to have me back, guys.
All right. Here we go. There's a little place where the sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. That's where I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave, where the dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island, a beautiful treasure. Come on down and have a drink.